Today we're going to have a little chat about getting ready for an event or a big ride. Making sure your bike's good to go is the first thing, and the second thing that you've got the things, the equipment, the food that you need to get yourself through your ride. So first thing, bike, number one piece of advice, get it serviced before you need it, but don't just turn up and use it. On the day, as we're about to ride, check it yourself, make sure everything's working. Bikes together, we're going to check that the brakes are working, that the levers are, you've got pressure in those brakes there, that they're working. Tyre pressures, you might have a specific pressure you like. You might also know just how much movement from the thumb you like there. So making sure our pressures are good. Checking that the wheels are actually attached and that your brakes aren't rubbing. That's a classic one, it's out of the car, you haven't put it in right. We're good there. So we've got tyres, brakes are good. Chain's our other one. Have you lubed the chain? If you haven't, make sure you do. And a quick check over of everything. Is everything working? Okay, so what do we need to take with us? Maybe this is for an event, for a race, or simply when you're going out in the forest on a ride. Two main things to think about. One is fueling ourselves, which is both hydration and some nutrition. And then it's some tools to repair our bike if the worst happens. So first thing, fluid. Make sure you have enough. Two options, bottle on the bike, or you may choose to use a drinking bladder in your vest, in your pack. Secondly, some food. I've got a bar here, got some energy gel. I'm gonna pop that in my pack so it's easy to carry. Then my tools. Puncher, that's the most common issue people will have. So we wanna make sure we can firstly inflate the tire, and secondly, replace the tube if we need to. So I've got my tube for pumping up the tire. I'm either gonna run a traditional pump, kind of a no fail, you know it's gonna work. It's a good option. Some people might prefer to carry a CO2. It's nice and fast to inflate the tire quickly. Only risk, if you mess it up, you're gonna need another source. So my pump's doing it well. I've also got some tire levers there if I need to help get that tire off. That's our tires. Any breakage on our bike or something that goes loose, we want to take a multi-tool with us. The biggest piece of advice here is make sure your multi-tool has the right things for your bike. Most important one often is through axles. If you do have a through axle on your bike, make sure you have a big enough Allen key for it. Chain breaker, super handy with some spare links. I've taped mine on so I don't forget them. So I've got that tool. And lastly, zip ties. They do all sorts of things. Most of them you won't think of until you need it in an emergency situation. Super useful. A couple of those in there. Got my supplies, ready to go.